Hello everyone, welcome to the Geekdom, the place where we outcast and talk about the things we love, and welcome back to Star Wars Week here on the Geekdom channel. Today, we are celebrating the Bad Batch finale. What an awesome finale to such an amazing show. Definitely one of my favourite Star Wars properties ever, and even though I've made a ton of Bad Batch stuff in the past, I had to make one last thing to celebrate this absolutely amazing show. So today we have got 4 minifigures, and it is the Bad Batch in the season finale in their stripped versions of their armor. So let's jump right in with Hunter, the leader of the Bad Batch. Okay, so here is Hunter. First thing you'll notice is all of these figures very similar to the minifigures from my other Bad Batch video that I did a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't seen that one, do go check it out because those figures are some of my greatest work. So basically all of these characters are just re-edits and stuff of those figures just to be accurate to the season finale because I love those new armor looks and I couldn't miss up on that opportunity. So here is Hunter, as I just said, his hairpiece exactly the same as my other Hunter, and so is the headpiece, but the torso, I changed a lot of the colours on the actual sashes, like all the tan sections. I wanted to make them darker. I've done the same thing on all of these figures, you know, I've made all of the assets just a lot darker just because the last episode. I mean, how dark was that episode? Oh my god, it was, God, the crosshair with the hand thing? No thank you. But the torso itself, I did something with all of these guys, which you will see throughout the video, is the threshold for how much I got rid of certain colours and stuff was lower than usual so that it could still have remnants. As you can see on his torso, he's got little bits of orange, he's got the same on his leg and stuff, because I wanted to show that the armor's been stripped away instead of just entirely black. I've done the same for Hunter here with a bunch of different cuts and stuff all over the armor to show that all the paint's just been peeled off with that laser thing. I think it looks really cool. I certainly think that Hunter's is probably the most boring out of all of their armors here, but I still think it looks really great. The hips are exactly the same as my other Hunter, once again, just change the colors around, and the same goes for the legs. But I think the legs on Hunter specifically, you can really see the sort of stripped aesthetic of these guys' armor. All of the edges are just, I've got that little white detailing so that you can see it's had paint removed, just like you did in the episode. As well as on his left shin, you can see that really big orange streak has been slightly left in there. His left arm is, you know, it's the same, once again, as my other one, but in a much darker tan, and the sashes have been changed to a dark brown instead of a bright red. And all of his whiter armor pieces that he did have are now in that lovely, really dark grey. His left arm, however, is more accurate to his Season 3 look. Hunter I made in my last video was more Season 2 because he had the scarf and the 2 pauldrons. But this one, he's just got that like small little piece of armor. I got it like it's just like a little triangle shaped thing. So he's got that there. That's in like a tan and in a really nice light blue. And then the rest of his arm is identical to his left as well. But yeah, that was the only main change to this Hunter figure, his little arm section there. I don't think it looks really cool. It's kind of boring in some ways because it's so plain, but that's what you're going to get from stripped clone armor. Something I do way prefer about this guy though is the helmet, which surprises me because my other Hunter helmet was my favorite in that video. So I absolutely love this. I think this looks really cool. I love the all black. It makes Hunter just look so menacing, like Imperial Crosshair, for example. And I think once you add this helmet, it really pulls the figure together because all the armor just looks so cool. He's got a couple more of those little white details. He has less on his helmet than any of the other Bad Batches, but I just put a little bit on like on the nose bridge there and across his visor as well. But yeah, I love it with this helmet. I really hope we get more Bad Batch figures in the future because this would be so cool to have in my collection. Next up, we have Wrecker, one of the coolest members of the Bad Batch, and I really appreciate him in that last episode. I thought he was genuinely going to die. I was so certain that he was going to die, especially when they were talking about how much he was a med pack and then he was getting attacked by those assassins. So, oof, yeah, I was really certain that he was going to die. Thankfully not, though. He is okay. And here he is, the man himself. So I've reused the same headpiece that Lego did and in my most previous video, because I think it's the flawless Wrecker head. His torso has a lot of changes to it though. I first of all changed the color of his undershirts. So the tan section is now a much darker tan. The blue section is now in a really nice dark brown. And then he also, instead of just having gold plating around the sides of his armor here, he has like a white undershirt because that's what he does have to show, which I noticed, which is a bit weird. And then obviously, as you can tell, the main difference is he's got these massive scratch marks along his chest after he fights that dinosaur thing. I've got no idea what that was, but an absolutely battered record. So he's got those massive scratches over there, and the scratches continue onto his left arm as well. All his gold sections have been replaced with a darker gold. Once again, I've just tried to dull down all of these guys' armor just to make it a little bit more screen accurate. I absolutely love the legs on this guy because it's the most plain of the armors, you know what I mean? Like, it's so simple. It's just tan and that really dark gray, which I think looks really, really nice. I love the gunmetal on these guys because it's so cool. It's like pre-anything Bad Batch, like what their first mission might look like. I've also edited this guy's right hand shoulder as well because I did, once again, my season 2 appearance for the last video. So it doesn't have the 2 pauldrons on his right shoulder like it does in season 2. He's just got the 1 under pauldron, which he now has on both arms. All of the colors on his gauntlets have been replaced as well to be that really nice dark gray once again. And we've got tan sections up here. One thing I'm so glad about is how much easier this helmet was, because the one in my other video was an absolute pain. This one was an absolute delight to make. I've just got a couple of little scratches up on top of his helmet because that's what he does have in the show. I don't think he got those from the big dinosaur thing. I think that's just weathering that occurred in like the past couple of episodes. But even so, it looks really cool. He's got a couple of scratches up there, and he has some very minimal scratch work. They're just going along his cheek and on his eye ridges, which surprised me since he has probably the most face detail besides Hunter on his helmet. But either way, I think it looks really, really cool. I love this helmet, and I gotta say, when you put the helmets on all of these figures, it really just brings them all to life. And now time for my favorite character, Crosshair. So sad that we're not going to be seeing Crosshair anymore. It's just, he's the best character. I love him so much. The way his hand got cut off shook me to my core. I audibly gasped. It was, he was so cool in this episode. And his armor probably looks the best out of all of them. We'll go from bottom to top. We'll switch it up a little bit. His legs are, once again, just standard black Bad Batch armor, with the scratches of the white and also with some little bits of red peeking through from his previous Bad Batch over paint and stuff. His hips, once again, just got the scratch marks on them. The torso has a lot of different changes to it though, mostly in its colour. Now obviously we've got that basic black armour with all the scratches and stuff, but the actual bandoliers and his bullet pouches and belts and stuff, all of the browns have been changed because they were so vibrant, but for some reason they're really, really dulled out in the episode. So I've changed that there as well. And I think it looks really good. I love how dulled out it looks. I love Crosshair in his Imperial armor, but I prefer like the design of his regular Republic armor. So this is basically a combination of the two, and I could not be happier. It looks so, so good. His arms are, once again, they're just the same, but with all the details scratched off it. And the head is my Crosshair head from last video, particularly. But the helmet, people. The helmet is where this really comes in, because even though I love my Crosshair helmet in the last video, I think I've really stepped it up here. I think it looks a lot better here, mostly in shape, because last time it looked a little bit squished, but now it's like a proper Crosshair helmet design, and all the scratch detail looks amazing. All the little white details going around the visor and stuff, I absolutely love. Definitely the best helmet out of all of them with the scratch marks. He's obviously got his little dot sight and the circle inside his eyepiece there, because apparently that's like not part of the actual armor that could be scraped off, because I guess it's part of the visor. And then up top, you can see where it's like scraped off the red part of his helmet as well. So yeah, once again, helmet really brings it all together. Definitely one of the best custom helmets I've done. I love this thing so, so much. And I love this Crosshair. I am so, so sad that we're not going to be seeing Crosshair anymore. One of the best Star Wars characters ever. But you know, at least he didn't die. And finally, we have Echo. Finally, this show reminded me why he used to be my favorite clone. He was just absolutely unreal in these last 2-3 episodes. I mean, Echo finally showing why he's an ARC trooper. Like, he's so good. And I mean, my favorite Bad Batch design I think we've ever had is season 1 Echo, because his armor just looked so good. But season 2 Echo, I hated all the red and the orange. It looked horrible, but they got rid of it. And now he's back to just looking super awesome. His head is my Echo head from my last video because it's a lot paler. He's got purple eye bags and stuff, but he's still got his, like, you know, his plugs on the top of his head and stuff. His torso, I cannot tell you how much pleasure I had removing the horrible, ugly oranges and reds from his chest plate. This looks so much cleaner. I love how you can still see like the triangles cut into it with red. I think that looks really cool. just the right little amount of colour. And you can still see his red undershirt underneath it all, so that looks really good. His pouches, once again, I changed the colour off because I wanted to dull it out a little bit more. But yeah, his torso, very similar. It's just way less ugly now. His arms are, I don't even think I changed his screwdriver hand because it doesn't change in the show. It's still got all the same colours and stuff on it, but obviously I did change the pauldron and the undershirt underneath it. Same goes for the other arm, just to change the pauldron and undershirt to like grey and really dark grey for the armour. But the legs have a massive change for Echo because he doesn't have his waist cape anymore. Now, because obviously it's difficult to kind of get a lot of images of these guys, I did not realise this. So I did a full figure of him with his like waist cape on and stuff in the same design, and I think it looked good. I'll put it up on the screen for you. I still think it looks cool, but I must say I way prefer the lack of waist cape because he's wearing like blue pants, just like Tech used to wear. That makes me happy. It's got like a little bit of Tech vibes to him, and I really appreciate that. The dark blue looks really nice. I always think dark blue looks nice when it ever comes to Clone Troopers, Bad Batch members, whatever you like. And he's still wearing his brown greaves and brown boots, but his knee plates have obviously been stripped of all of their colour, and I think it looks really, really good. But his helmet looks awesome. I cannot explain to you how much I love like the scratching on all of their armour, like the white, because it really makes the rest of it pop, especially on Echo here, because those black segments of his helmet really pop because they're outlined by that white, and I think that just looks so, so lovely. Once again, all of these are custom molds for the helmets, so designing them and detailing them is quite a bit of a challenge. But I absolutely love the way this helmet's come out. Just all of the scratch marks detailing all the core parts of his face. It looks so, so good. And I absolutely love all of these figures. And last but not least, as I do in these videos, we've got to make a little render, a cool little scene, just kind of like reminiscent of the show. And here it is. This is the Bad Batch in the forest on Tantis, surrounded by TK troopers. I know Echo wasn't in the forest, but I wanted to include him. I thought this would be a cool scene. I'm obviously using my TK troopers from my TK video, which you should go and watch because those figures are awesome. Yeah, just thought I'd whip this up. All of my edits get posted on the Instagram, which is in the description below. If you want to go follow that, it would really mean a lot to me because you can see all these updates to all of these awesome videos. Well, anyway, everyone, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. And if you have, feel free to like and subscribe down below. It goes a really long way. We're finally over that 700 subscriber mark. We're on our way to 800. It would really mean a lot. In the comments, I want you to tell me the favourite thing about the Bad Batch finale, because I have too many things to say, and I'd love to hear your opinions. But anyway, everyone, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later. May the Force be with you always.